The University of Lethbridge, tucked beautifully into the Cooley landscape, is the home of the U of L Senate, which looks like this. Senate members who are members by virtue of their office, some that are appointed by the university to sit on Senate, and a large group of people who come from small towns, big cities, and bring a wide variety of life perspectives and experience to the Senate.
The Senate, from my perspective, is that critical vehicle that ensures that on a day-by-day, year-by-year basis, we look at how we connect with the community from a couple of perspectives. One is, how do we as a university community reach out to the broader community? And the other is, how do we help the broader community reach into us, and how do we create that interconnection? And so senators play that critical role of communicating the needs of the community to us, but helping us understand how we can connect with the community effectively. They make sure that we don't lose sight of what is important, and that we as a university continue to look at ourselves in that context, and whether it's look at our academic programs and what they are or aren't doing, whether it's looking at our sport teams, all of those pieces are helped by senators.
The mandate of the Senate is basically to inquire into any matter that might benefit the university and enhance its position in the community. U of L Chancellor Shirley McClellan is a strong supporter of the Senate and believes that each member has an important role to play.
They're the ambassadors for the university. They carry the message of the university to the greater community because, of course, the Senate members are chosen from a surrounding area as well as the city of Lethbridge. And that bringing that knowledge and expertise from those volunteers, because that's what they are, to our university enables us to be more responsive and reactive to the community.
The Senate works in committees, which include the Engagement Committee, the Honorary Degrees Committee, the Outreach Committee, and the Volunteer Award Committee. The chairs of each of these committees also sit on the Executive Committee. Sheena Olson works closely with the Senate and all of its committees.
Getting acquainted with the university, arranging tours, and sort of walking them through the process of what it is to be a senator, helping to arrange with mentors, and it's sort of daunting, and there is a learning curve with the experience.
The experience for the first year on Senate is one of learning how the university functions, what it offers, and learning about the role of Senate and the workings of each Senate committee. The Senate Engagement Committee members ensure members of Senate are informed and constructively engaged in matters related to the public interest in the U of L, support ongoing senator orientation, and support gatherings and events that would include senators and retired senators. Members of the Senate Honorary Degrees Committee basically work with the Senate and the University Advancement Office to devise sufficient procedures for encouraging submission of nominations for honorary degrees from members of the public at large. Members of the Senate Outreach Committee discuss possible visitation and events in communities with interest to the university. They engage the senators and retired senators in those communities and surrounding areas to become involved in the chosen Outreach Committee activities and encourage educational, business, and community leaders in the various communities to become involved. Members of the Volunteer Award Committee widely solicit nominations for consideration of the award, select the recipient, and advise Senate of the recipient. The award is presented each year during the Chancellor's Dinner during spring convocation.
Well, it's obviously a very important tool, and I always regard it as a two-way street. It's really important for a university to reach out to community, but it's also important for the community to come to university. And with Senate, that's what you get. Representatives from across Alberta coming to the U of L, learning about the U of L, but also the university, learning about what's happening in the communities and how we can make a difference in those communities. So that's the benefit that I see, the big benefit that I see for the Senate.
The chairperson of each Senate committee sits on the Executive Committee, which sets Senate agendas and meetings, recommends and establishes task forces, and reviews committee activities. The Executive Committee meets 5 times per year, and then the full Senate meets 4 times per year on a Saturday. But that's just part of it. As a senator, you have the opportunity to become involved with convocation ceremonies. Senators can serve as ushers, help with registration, or meet and greet attendees after the ceremonies at the refreshment areas. Senate members are the ones who select the honorary degree recipients, and they have the opportunity to be at convocation when the degrees are awarded. Senate also has the task of selecting each new chancellor. There are also opportunities for senators to bring part of the U of L experience to areas across southern Alberta, such as when presentations are organized for rural schools.
Whether it's in a drama program, whether it's one of my...
Senators living in those areas can help represent the university and support the event. And sometimes senators have a chance to witness important firsts, such as when the U of L mace was brought to Wilson Middle School and students learned about the meaning of convocation, got to ask lots of questions, and even got to touch the mace. These are events that senators can attend and participate in.
Lots of interesting things happening at the university that Joe public doesn't really know about, and I think that's our job to take it out to the public, to show them University of Lethbridge is a great place to send your children. The University of Lethbridge has a lot of activities that maybe other universities don't have, and I think that's our job, and it's a lot of fun to be there.
When you ask a University of Lethbridge senator what they are enthusiastic about, it often comes back to the unending opportunity to make connections.
There's lots of great organizations we can partner with within the city here. We've been very fortunate to work with Volunteer Lethbridge. I really enjoyed working with them to, in our committees within the Senate, to develop new scholarship opportunities for some of the students in Southern Alberta and tap into some of the great leadership potential of the youth in the city that way. So there's a lot of ways that Senate can reach out to community and help facilitate some of the great things that are already going on in the city.
And those connections with the community at large, like the scholarship opportunities with Volunteer Lethbridge, are at the very core of Senate work, helping the university and its students.
Now, the Senate does a lot of great work, but the Senate represents people from the university, both from administration, from the faculty, from the staff. Students are there, and then members of the community. Some are alumni, but many aren't. Many are from all of the communities across southern Alberta. So it's if you love connecting with people, the Senate is the place to be.
The University of Lethbridge Senate could be the place for you to be an advocate for the university, help raise funds for student scholarships, be involved in convocation, help select honorary degree recipients, and be part of a vibrant university community.
You know, we've got over 8,000 students across Alberta. We've got students from all across the world coming to southern Alberta to be at the University of Lethbridge, and the stories you're going to hear are really amazing, and that's part of it. I mean, if you want to be involved in a place that's happening, moving, it's the U of L.
I would encourage anyone who has some time, doesn't have to be a lot of time, but has some time to step up and take up the Senate experience. It's a 3-year to 6-year time frame, and I can guarantee that they will find it enriching, rewarding, and they'll enjoy every minute of it.
We have gotten many great ideas from senators that we haven't yet thought of as to how senators can help contribute to the University of Lethbridge. So the vibrancy of the Senate is based on, these 60+ individuals bringing all their different perspectives from all their different walks of life.
If you would like more information on possibly becoming a University of Lethbridge senator, please contact the Senate office.